Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Growing Snow. So in this episode, I'm going to kind of start going into my backyard and go over different areas there. Okay, so this is obviously the side yard here. So as we look into the backyard, we've got a view towards the back door. And then we've got another flower bed here against the shed. There's Mr. Theo again. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some flower beds, just kind of the edging that I've done in the yard. So this flower bed especially, we kind of altered that this year due to putting up the pool. We had some other interest in here, but we kind of changed that. I dug various things up and shared with some friends. But this is one of those original hosses that I would have gotten from my aunt and my grandma years ago, from splitting different households. And then here again, I have another columbine plant that again did bloom earlier in the summer. And then another hosta here. And then another daylily here. Another project I'll have coming down in the next couple weeks, I'm going to cut back all the daylily stalks just throughout the yard. But you'll see all the ones I have. And then this here, this is new that I planted this year. This is Echinacea. So it's a combination of Echinacea and Rudbeckia, so Black-Eyed Susan and Echinacea. So the blooms there, I just love those so much. And then in another flower bed, I'll show you the different type I have of that. So this one, there's two other areas that I have this kind planted, and we found those here where we live in Missouri. And then another version, and I'll post a picture of that one as well. We found that in Nebraska. We had somebody tell us about that, and I went and got that. This right here is a rose bush. I've cut it back substantially this year, but I think altogether I'm probably going to end up taking it out and just do some other things in this region. So this is along the back of our house, and then as you look this way, so over here there is another columbine plant right here as well. So this one is kind of a pink, red, and white when it blooms, and then the one over here is kind of a blue and white bloom, like the one that's on the side of the house in my original video. So as we go along the back of the house again, so as we get over here, this is the side of the shed, so the side yard's over here. So this is the side of our shed. This is another Echinacea here, and also on this end, and I'll post a picture of the blooms that I took earlier this year. It's kind of had a rougher time. I think I have some voles in this area that I need to get something down there for them, because they're starting to create tunnels in this flower bed. And then I also have another set of daylilies here. Again, the stalks do need to be cut back. But this area too, my wife has put in just different lighting here. So just a little bit more colorful lighting in this flower bed. And then of course our yard decor in here as well. So this Echinacea does have different structures, so but you can see the fuzziness on it like Echinacea, and then most of the blooms have obviously died out. But I do like to leave a lot of my blooms through the winter just for different birds. So I do that with my Echinacea, the Echinacea, and then I also do that for our bee balm. So we have a bunch of bee balm here as well that you can see has already kind of died out, but I just leave that for the interest as well. So as I talk about having a lot of plants for pollinators, so again, this flower bed, we've got the new Echinacea in here. I'll zoom in on those blooms. I just like them. They're very nice, bright, and vibrant. So those are in the middle with the nice wind feature here, with our other items here. And then of course our aster plants. So these are late summer to early fall to bloom. So really probably in the last week and a half, this has really exploded with blooms. You can see how big that plant has spread here. That's probably a good 18 to 24 inch spread on that plant alone. This one on this side, we did have another plant in that same vicinity, but it was just adjacent here. So when we got the Echinacea, we took out what was there. It wasn't doing very well, so put in the Echinacea, and then of course this did not have as much of a growth period to be as big as the other plant. So it's probably a good fifth of the size of the other one, but we're definitely hoping that next year that'll come back in full force. But again, perennials, they'll come back every year, but we really like the purple with the yellow. We love that combination. And then over here, similar combination of purple and orange. So we've got butterfly bush right here on both ends, and then in the middle we've got some Echinacea, and it's got a nice bright orange bloom. But you can see the look of the purple and the orange right next to each other, so we just really like that. And then I like these plants too because they are very long with their flower stalks, and then purple at the top, so it almost kind of looks like a candlestick. And there's a couple bumblebees there enjoying some nectar. And then we actually had a volunteer tomato plant. I have no idea where this came from. It just started growing straight up. I almost thought it was part of our butterfly bush that was coming back. And then I started seeing the yellow blooms, and I said, that kind of looks like a tomato plant. So as you can see, we've got a couple tomatoes here. And then here in the middle, another type of butterfly bush, and then the purple blooms there. So we really like the look of those. But we're starting to get a few more buds here again as well. So hopefully those will maybe produce before it actually gets too chilly. And then some yard decor here. This is another solar light, so it's nice when it lights up. So just some borders here against the shed, walkway to the shed, and then of course once we get the patio space done. But hope to get a nice dining set out there and just enjoy it. But one of the other videos that I would like to do in the near future is a kind of a night video and just walk around and show you all of our solar lights. So we've got various yard decor such as that one, and then we've just got these solar lights throughout. It's actually probably here in the next couple weeks I'll replace all of the batteries for the solar lights. Some of them are starting to dim, others are kind of starting to hold water now that we're starting to get a little bit more rain. But I'll just do a night kind of scape video of all the different solar lights and kind of how it illuminates the different flower beds. So thanks for watching. I think the next video I'll probably talk about some entertainment spaces in the backyard.